Hi everyone, this is Veronica. Today our topic of discussion is Human Development Report 2019. So we'll discuss about this report because it is recently published, or you can say it was recently released. So which agency is releasing this report? This is very important. So we'll discuss about that. For queries and video updates of my videos, you can connect with me on Instagram and Facebook because I feel together we can make a difference. So now let's discuss what is the relevance of this particular topic. It will be covered in your mains paper 2, important international institutions, and then for other government exams and UPSC as well. Objective level, you should know about this index, Human Development Index. Subjective level, what is India's performance in HDR and various pulling factors also. So in what context today we are studying this? Because Human Development Report for 2019 has been released by UNDP. So this is very, very important. United Nations Development Program has released this report. So here you can see the ups and downs among India's neighbors. Sri Lanka moved 5 ranks on the HDI ladder, while Maldives fell 3 ranks, and Pakistan has also slipped 2 spots. Bangladesh moved up 1. So you can see here India's rank in the previous year and now the Brazil, China, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Maldives as well. Now we will talk about the global scene. So see here there are 3 countries, Norway, Switzerland and Ireland. They have occupied the top 3 positions in that order. First is Norway, then Switzerland and then Ireland. And Germany is placed 4th along with Hong Kong. So Germany and Hong Kong are sharing the 4th position. And Australia, it secured the 5th rank on the global ranking. So here we would like to talk about our country's neighbors, India's neighbors, because neighbors are very, very important for our progress. So Sri Lanka, it has 71. Its rank is 71. Then looking at China, it has secured 85th position, and it is higher up the rank scale. While if we talk about the countries like Bhutan, so it is 134, and then Bangladesh has its rank at 135. Myanmar, okay, so next is Myanmar, its rank is 145. Then Nepal, 147. Then Pakistan, its rank is very important for us because we always want to see what Pakistan is doing. So its rank is 152, and Afghanistan, its rank is 170. So these have ranked lower on the list, and Sri Lanka and China are upper on the scale. Now let's analyze, let's see on a factual record what is the position or performance of India. So India's rank is 129 out of 189 countries. So this report has been prepared for 189 countries, and our rank is 129 on the 2019 HDI, Human Development Index. So from last year, if we compare India's rank, we have gone up just by one position. Last year we were at 130th position. See, India's HDI value has increased 50%. This is a good thing, from 0.431 to 0.647, which places it above the average of South Asian countries. So for the South Asian countries, the value is 0.642, and we have gained a bit higher value, but very marginally, right? So however, if we look at the inequality adjusted HDI, so there's another HDI, that is, here I will write about it, Inequality Adjusted HDI, Human Development Index. Here the bad news for India is that our position drops by 1 position again to 130, losing nearly half the progress, like from 647 to 0.477. So that was made in the past 30 years. So here I am talking for the last 3 decades. And IHDI, what does it indicate? Inequality Human Development Index. It indicates the percentage loss in HDI due to inequalities, like whatever value we have secured for HDI. Here we are seeing what is the effect of inequalities that exist in our countries on this rank. So ultimately it's bringing our rank down. Then 46% growth. This report has said that 46% growth it has shown in South Asia. So as per this report, South Asia is the fastest growing region. So if you look at this region, tell me in the comment box which are the countries which are part of South Asia. Okay, so because this is the fastest growing region in human development progress, and it has witnessed 46% growth over. So this I'm talking from 1990 to 2018, and it is followed by East Asia. Okay, so it is followed by East Asia and then Pacific. Their growth rate is at 43%. Now, another thing I want to mention here is about gender inequality, because this is very important part. Okay, see, the report notes that there is group-based inequalities. They still persist globally. We are not just talking about India, but we are talking about all the countries, that group-based inequalities exist in every country, and these inequalities, the sufferers here, it affects a lot to women and girls. So they are the sufferers, and no place in the world has gender equality. So if you are in some kind of illusion that there is some country in the world or some place in the world where there is gender equality, then let me tell you, there is no place in the world which has gender equality. And in the gender inequality index, so this is inequality index GII, India's rank is 122 out of 162 countries. So this has been done for 162 countries and India's rank is 122. For example, let's again look at our neighbors. China, it has a rank 39, that is pretty good. Sri Lanka 86, Bhutan 99, Myanmar 106, and they all are above India. This is a sad part for us that we are not able to do much for the gender equality, right? So at inequality index, our rank is India is placed above. So now let's talk about new inequalities which are on rise. So this report represents a new index indicating how prejudices and social belief have obstructed gender equality, which shows that only 14% of women, so see, this is very interesting data, that only 14% of women and 10% of men worldwide have no gender bias. That means they are never biased towards any gender. So this report notes that this indicates a backlash to women empowerment, as these biases have shown growth, especially in areas where more power is involved. For example, India is reported one of them, where there is more biases. Whatever we are doing for women empowerment, we are not able to do much because these gender biases still exist at a higher value. So the report also highlights that new forms of inequalities are rising, and that will manifest in future through climate change, technological transformation, which have the potential to deepen existing social economic fault lines, because we are already dealing with some of the inequalities like social inequalities. For example, there are people who are not able to afford health care, who are not able to afford education, but then we are watching some new kinds of inequalities which are on rise. For example, on technological basis, there are some people who can access technology and there are some who cannot. So this is deepening the already existing the fault lines in the countries. So now here we'll talk about, because we are talking about Human Development Index, we talked about the report, but what is basically Human Development Index? So you should know this is a statistical tool. Okay, so this is a statistical tool. So what does this tool do? It is used to measure a country's overall achievement in its social and economic dimensions, because usually what we do, we give more preference to the economic dimensions, economic factors, but this is overall achievement and it includes both at social level also, at economic level also. So the social and economic dimensions of a country are based on the health of people, their level of education attainment and their standard of living. So this is healthy life, about their knowledge, decent standard of living. And then there are 4 indicators also: life expectancy at birth, expected years of schooling, mean years of schooling, and GNI per capita. Okay, and then all this, when we conclude it, it results into Human Development Index. See, who developed this index? This is also very important. There was a Pakistani economist. His name was Mehboob ul Haq. So I will write it here, Mehboob ul Haq. So he created HDI in the year 1990, which was further used to measure the country's development by United Nations Development Program. So the calculation of the index combines 4 major indicators. I have already told you 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 major indicators. And every year UNDP ranks countries based on the HDI report released in their annual report. And HDI is one of the best tools to keep track of the level of development of the country, as it combines all the social, economic indicators that are responsible for the economic development of a country. So here again you can see this also. This is the same thing what I have shown you in the linear graph. This is a human development index, and it comprises of decent standard of living, GNI per capita, GNI index. This will be your GNI index. Then this will be your life expectancy index, education index. So all these index combined, when we combine them, they form human development index. So again, on this slide I have explained you already. Now there's a question for you. What is human development index? Evaluate India's overall performance with respect to indicators constitutions the HDI. See, we will try to analyze a little bit more about India's position here, because India's rank is 129. Last year it was 130. So I made a separate video on this thing, that despite lifting 271 million people out of poverty. So from 2005 to 2015, India has actually lifted 271 million people out of poverty. But the sad part is, India still remain home to 28%, that accounts for 364 million people of the world's poor. Like 28% of world poor people, they live in India. This means that in the last 3 decades, means last 30 years, life expectancy at birth in India, it has increased. So these are good factors also. Life expectancy at birth in India, it has increased by 11.6 years. Whereas the average number of schooling years, they have increased by 3.5 years, and per capita income has increased 250 times, right? So India is only marginally better than South Asian average on the gender development index. I talked about that, and gender inequality index also. We talked about India's neighbor, global scenario also. So yeah, one more important part here, that human development index, this report has some other indices also. So this is, one is IHDI that we talked about, that is when we include the inequality also, inequality adjusted human development index, where India's rank has dropped to 130. Then other is GDI. GDI is your gender development index. Third is your gender inequality index, that is GII. And then you have MPI, that is multidimensional poverty index. So this is very important from your prelims point of view, that what all it consists of, right? So this is all about today's lecture. If you have any queries, you can connect with me on social media. Thank you. So this is the channel StudyIQ. If you're preparing for UPSC or any government exam, our pen drive and tablet courses are available. If you're preparing for UPSC CSE 2020, our pen drive course is available, where you can find 100% coverage of UPSC vast syllabus. Daily current affair updates will be available. Self-paced learning process is provided. This course has been prepared by top faculties of StudyIQ, and now you can purchase this course at ₹625 per month only. For additional information, you can visit our site, and there are the phone numbers also given. You can call them and gain the additional information. You can connect with me for my video updates on Instagram and Facebook, because I feel together we can make a huge difference. For queries, you can even email me. Thank you so much.